wanted to make a video because I think it's important for us to all come together in some way or another. And I think that could be people's rights. And right now it seems like it's the only spot or place where people can feel like they're being protected by their neighbors. It's a way for neighbors to come together and fight for freedom. So here is a article that I'm going to read to you to try to encourage you to maybe take a look at their website. And I mean, it's not going to hurt to take a look, to be involved a little bit. It might be some good. There might be some groups in your area. There might not be. You may have to start one. But here is the article I'm going to read. Amon Bundy is leading an on-demand anti-mask militia. Some members have ties to right-wing organizations. Yes, they have some Trump supporters, but most of them are just freedom-loving freedom fighters. The 24 demonstrators pressed against the emergency room doors, screaming to be let in. "Show us the law," they chanted. "Let Grandma out," one shouted. They had descended on Legacy Salmon Creek Medical Center in Vancouver, Washington, the evening of January 29th to protest the quarantine of Gail Myers, a 74-year-old patient who refused to take the test for the coronavirus. Police in riot gear guarded the entrance as activists, who authorities said were armed, but I heard that they weren't armed. And another thing is they called the police to come there, and the police never showed up until it escalated. Who authorities said were armed, insisted that Myers was being held against her will, a claim the hospital denied. Yeah, you can deny it all you want, but activists wouldn't have been there if you weren't holding her against her will. Just saying. Myers' 49-year-old daughter, Satin, an anti-mask activist licensed as her caregiver, has summoned the demonstrators, foot soldiers, in a rapidly expanding network called People's Rights. With the tap of a thumb on a smartphone, members can call a militia like they can call an Uber and stage a protest within minutes. Behind the organization is a familiar name, Amon Bundy. He is best known as the leader of the 2006 occupation of the National Wildlife Refuge in Oregon, a deadly 41-day standoff between federal agents and militants who rejected the federal government's authority over the public land across the West. Now Bundy has seized on the backlash against coronavirus restrictions as the opportunity to start a new movement. Since last March, when he launched People's Rights, which he describes as Neighborhood Watch on steroids, the organization has attracted tens of thousands of members and sponsored more than 50 demonstrations across the country, dispatching gun-toting activists to homes and politicians, health agency managers, and even a police officer who had arrested a protester. I'll have a link to their website down in the description, and you can check it out yourself, see if it's for you, see if there's any neighbors in your area that you could come together with.